Let's clear the energy. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hello, Aquarius, those with strong Aquarius placements on their Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, or those dealing with an Aquarius as cross watchers, or if you just happen to stumble across this video, welcome. Welcome to ArcanaUniverse. This is going to be a general reading, so only take what resonates. We do have cross watchers, so roles can be reversed, but you will know if this is your story. All of my readings are timeless, but I am setting the intentions for July 2024. So let's see what we have here, okay? So what's coming up for you in July 2024? Alright, so I see here you guys are kind of being like somewhat secluded is what I'm seeing here. Like you guys are just kind of doing your own thing. You're not really focusing on what you need to do. I get hiccups when I channel, yeah, I'm receiving, downloads here that you want to start something new, okay? So it's almost like, I don't want to say you've neglected your responsibilities, but I see here that you're ready for something new. You are, exhausted and bored of the same old, same old. And I see here that there's definitely this energy of being exhausted is what I'm seeing here. What's exhausting you, okay? Some of you are heavily hard on yourself, you feel like you should have more success, or there's something that you've been wanting to do but it's not necessarily materializing in the timeline that you would prefer it would to manifest. But I see here that you are going to take things slow and steady in a sense, but it's just like I'm getting, you know, there's a part of you that wants to like hold back and not necessarily do anything. It's almost as if like you're trying to attract all of these, opportunities and advancements coming towards you. You want to attract it. So, but at the same time, I think you're understanding that if you want to see some sort of change, you need to make some sort of action. You need to take action, is what I see here. Okay. And I see here, so there's somebody in your energy. I'll describe them to be somebody who's very like spiritual, or perhaps very, I don't want to say religious, but like this somebody is very intuitive. You may be dealing with a water sign, strong Pisces energy coming through, so they can have that in their Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. But I see here somebody is not willing to kind of have this like new beginning with you, okay? You were hoping that this person would have a new beginning with you or start something with you, but I see that this person is holding back. Why are they holding back? I feel like you're not really giving them the attention that they want, okay? I do sense some sort of like sporadic kind of energy. So, one minute you may be like all in, giving them attention and making it seem like you're serious and all, and then the next you're just like taking your time. And so they just kind of feel like there's some sort of lack of reciprocity when it comes to this connection. So I see that they're kind of holding back, okay? Hello, welcome, Gorilla Ismo. Welcome, welcome. So I see here, ultimately, I do see that you do want love. You want something like stable and grounded. But I also see that, there's a lot of like work endeavors. It seems to me like you've been working on your finances and your endeavors, and there's a lot of burden on your shoulders at this time. What the? Who's asking? Who's asking? Anyway, so I see here that, let me see. Yeah, obviously. Okay, let's focus on you on this reading, shall we? Okay, so I see here that there is some sort of you want a friendship at the end of the day. Okay, you want somebody that wants to be like, you want somebody by your side. You want some sort of friendship. Okay, we'll talk later. Okay, we'll talk later about that maybe. Anyway, so I see here that this there's some sort of like, you're not satisfied. You want there to be movement, but you're not necessarily getting that, is what I'm seeing here. Okay, yeah, you do want love. You may be dealing with strong Virgo energy, is also what I'm seeing here. Somebody who's very much in their single energy, knows what they want, but they also have very, like, you know basic standards. They're not willing to just give their cup of love to anybody. They got to see that you are putting in the effort, is what I'm seeing here. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue on. We'll do another spinny spin. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That energy exchange is very much appreciated. Okay, so what does my collective need to know? Spirit. Okay, so Spirit has a little message for you, okay? What does Spirit want to tell you at this time? All right, what does Spirit want to share with you at this time? Okay. All right, so I see here that, okay, I see here that Spirit is like, oh, there's some sort of manifestation that you are trying to bring about. Because I do sense this, sadness, feeling alone, depression kind of energy. And you are ultimately looking for somebody to, kind of build something with. You do want a connection that's going to have roots, set roots, have some sort of longevity. And I see that, you know what you want, okay? There is like a type. You have a type, and if there's something that you want, you're the type to like want to go for it. You're very assertive and attentive in that sense. But at the same time, it's just like there's an extent to that, right? Because at the end of the day, if you're not being reciprocated, you feel sad, you feel depressed, and you're just kind of going back into that hole of like whether or not, do other people want you. And so I see here, you're there's definitely some sort of like anxiety and like feeling lonely about not having somebody special to be by your side, and you want to be reciprocated. But I do sense that there's some sort of healing that needs to be done here, okay? Perhaps, you still have, I am still getting some sort of lingering energy, perhaps from a past connection that you had something very strong with, but this person, like you and them, are no longer together because you feel like there's no longer this like connection. Somebody felt like it ended up being just a one-sided connection, and they felt like they deserved better. Okay. Yeah, ended up being like one-sided, not it wasn't an equal give and take. I also see here that somebody had a tendency to be very flirtatious with other people, and the person that you may have been dealing with didn't like that, or vice versa. Remember, roles can be reversed, but you won't know which side you're on. But somebody just kind of felt like, this wasn't like a monogamous kind of connection. And so Spirit wants to say, okay, I see here that you guys do want some sort of momentum and progression when it comes to a significant other, and there's your energy coming in strongly. Um, yeah. Hello, Em. Welcome to the channel. Yes, no monogamy. Okay, yeah. So I see here. All right. Welcome, Alex. Welcome. Hey, those are some cute emojis. Okay. So I see here, yeah, you want some sort of partnership. At the end of the day, friendship is very important to you. Like, yes, you want romance, but at the end of the day, you want somebody that you can play with, you can just have fun with. And I see here that, it's becoming very exhausting. I feel like you are sort of spreading yourself too thin. It's almost like you see so many opportunities and possibilities that you're not necessarily able to hone in on one. So it's just like you're scattering your energies a lot, is what I'm seeing here. So Spirit wants you to focus on kind of giving that love back to yourself at this time, because that's going to be very beneficial for you. Some of you, if you guys move on too quickly to another connection, it might have this feeling of a rebound energy, is what I'm seeing here. And so I see that some of you are connecting with people who may not be like within your community per se. There's definitely some sort of distance that I'm seeing here, whether that's different cities, states, countries. And here's your energy, back to back. And, there's an aspect of you that wants to be very realistic, but you do have an end goal, which is to find somebody that is going to last the test of time, and be by your side through the thick and thin. Okay. So anything else, that Spirit, that you want to relay to this collective? Okay. I will. So I see here, the universe wants to say right now at this time, there's a lot of confusion, and things are kind of fuzzy. You're not really sure what's going on. You know that you have so much love to give. You want that love back. But I see that there's also a lot of burdens, okay? And I see here that some of you are wondering what's going on with them and the third party, right? The curiosity, I know. And I will indulge, and I will confirm that it's not going well. It's not going well. I feel like, the third party, there's also some level of karma that is associated with that, which is that, they left you in the dark, so they are receiving that karma back, so they are being left in the dark. When somebody realized that the third party situation, it's almost as if like everybody ended up finding out that there was some level of third parties involved, and so it's just like everybody decided to kind of separate, is what I see here. Okay, so You know, if you found out that somebody was having third party options when it came to your connection, and then the third party found out about you and them, and it's just like everything kind of just like came out in the open. And I see here that everybody is just not satisfied with how things are going. So I see very like karmic energy, karmic repercussions from what has happened, okay? I do sense love coming through. Okay, so I am curious about that. So let's go ahead and just dig a little deeper into what is the future love connection coming in for you. Okay. So who, like, how is this going to play out? Yeah, let's focus on new because I see that, you know, some of you guys are just kind of stuck in the past, being depressed, kind of thinking about what could have happened, shoulda, coulda, woulda, that kind of energy. Yeah. Future love coming through. What's the future love? Oh. Okay, so some of you, you know, the future love coming through is somebody that you know, consider like family or you met through a family. There's definitely some sort of like family energy involved when it comes to this new connection, okay? This may be somebody that you felt like, oh, you don't have a chance with them. And like, yeah, you felt like, this may be somebody that you have history with. Okay, let me see. Okay, so I see here that some of you are even, you know, with a new connection coming through. Okay, I see that some of you are still trying to hold on to the past. Okay, how are they holding on to the past? You guys are thinking way too much. Like you're energetically involved in the past. Like you're thinking about them. You're like practically dreaming about them. It's just like they're the last person you think about when you're off, to, like before going to bed. And so this person is like staying rent free in your mind and heart. Okay, so that is like coming in very strongly. But whereas like I do see some sort of new connection happening here, okay? So you may be dealing with the new connection coming through is somebody with like strong fire energy and their sun, moon, rising, or Venus, Leo, Sagittarius, or possibly Aries. They don't have to be those specific signs, but I see that, you know, this is somebody that is like very attracted to you, vice versa. But I see that there is some level of romance that may blossom as a result. Yeah, strong Leo energy coming through. Okay. I will say the communication is terrible. Like, there's something about you having to wait on them. Like, the communication is not good. It's almost as if, like, perhaps you almost had a beginning with this person, but it ended due to some sort of like communication problem. You know, perhaps they thought that you were talking to other people. There were too many other energies involved, and so it didn't really progress. Even though this person may have like had strong feelings for you. Okay, so this is, you know, I feel like this person may even know about your family or like they've met people who you consider like family or something like that. It could be like a past connection, but you never really got it off the ground, is what I'm seeing here, okay? Yeah, I don't want to say you don't necessarily have to work like hard for it, but I feel like this person has already had some sort of like soul contract with you to meet you, to see you again, to have some sort of like chapter in your life with you, with this person is what I'm seeing here, okay? You're going to have some sort of like new beginning. So you may have shared, past lives or what have you, but I see a fresh new beginning coming in for you when it comes to this connection. Any advice to help them? The collective. Okay, you're going to have to be very honest with them that if you were going through some sort of ending, and that you're still kind of working on yourself, that you may like, you don't want to come off as like some sort of rebound kind of energy, but you should let them know that you've been going through a lot, and your honesty is going to be very powerful. It's going to be one of the deciding factors as to whether or not they're going to consider you worth their time in a sense. Okay, they're going to recognize right away that when once you start being honest with them and professing what's going on, that you have some work to do. You're still healing, and there is some level of trauma that you have gained from past connections, and you're still kind of trying to learn and heal from that. I see some of you. What is this? What is this energy? So I'm getting still like third party energy involved. Okay, so some of you, I will say that you guys are going to try to keep some sort of like friendship, or still try to be in somebody that you had this kind of like divorce kind of energy from, somebody that you're not necessarily meant to be with, but you're trying to work it out. Perhaps it's because you used to work together, or you have to work together. I see that their energy is still lingering, and so it's almost like I'm definitely getting more than one energy coming through. So it's almost like your past versus your future. And so, yeah, the quicker you decide who you really want to be with, that's going to be beneficial for you. The quicker you decide, the quicker you're going to get to that goal of having somebody by your side, having like this family like energy around you, okay? I'm getting strong like earth energy coming through as well. Okay, what about this earth energy? What do they want? What do they want to say? There you are, coming in strongly. Okay, so some of you have this like crush, or you're interested in an earth sign. Okay, so they may have, strong earth placements in their sun, moon, or rising. And you're wondering, oh, could you and them have some sort of new beginning? And I just want to, it's almost like saving you a step here. Like, I feel like this person, they're very intuitive. They're almost like psychic in a sense. And so, or they are psychic. But I see that this person, they know what you're going through. And so even though you may think, ooh, could we have something? Like, is something there between us? Would I be able to kind of get into this person's energy? And I just want to let you know that this person is very like protected, protected, very mindful of who they let in and out of their life. And so it's almost like at this point, you guys can only be kind of like pen pals at this point. Like, I don't really see that progressing, because this person can see right through you. And so, what's the future of that connection? Yeah. So some of you who are wondering, whether or not to pursue or try your hand at being with somebody like who I just described, I don't really see that going anywhere. So it's saying, don't waste your energy. And what should they do instead? Focus on the love that's already like around them, okay, and try not to be deceptive, okay, try not to hide behind a veil, like Try to be honest, try to not pretend to be somebody you're not. And I see that you definitely have some level of soul searching to do. And it's going to take some time, okay? I think some of you are hoping that you're going to have some sort of like cuddle buddy, some sort of like significant other or a best friend or what have you, like right off the bat. But I see here there's going to be, you need some time. You need some time to kind of cultivate what you want, kind of save up too. I see that saving up, putting some money aside is going to be very helpful, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the reading with one final spinny spin. If you're new here and watching, welcome. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's go ahead and do one final spinny spin and see what final messages you need to hear. All right, and go. Future. Okay, so some of you are very curious about your future, what's going to happen. Future energy is coming through. What's the future energies? Oh, remember this energy? Oh, yeah, like strong fire energy coming through, okay? So you may be dealing with somebody with Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and their sun, moon, rising, or Venus. Strong Sagittarius energy also coming through. Obviously, they don't have to be those signs, but they may just hold that energy of like wanting to. They have very like strong sexual energy, and you're very attracted to them. And they're the type to want immediate attention. Okay, and I feel like you guys are going to bond in that sense because like you're looking for some, you know, results and progressiveness like right away, and they don't really have the patience to kind of like wait around either, but they do like the chase, they do like to play the game, and so I think that's where you guys may be connecting, like that flirtatiousness and the uncertainty and just kind of like that thrill is coming in very strongly. So I see here, in your future, there is some aspect of you who where you feel very excited when it comes to the aspect of this connection. You feel like this may be somebody that will help you heal, that will help you be distracted and what you've been going through. I see that you really had to walk away, like there was some sort of like chaos or confrontation or some sort of drama that had happened that you really needed to walk away from and close up that cycle. And so that I see in your future energy, you're going to continue to try to heal and try to do that for yourself because you deserve love. You want to be loved. I see here, like, yeah, some of you, I will say, some of you are going to take a break from love. Okay, I will say that. That there's a difference though. Like that doesn't mean you're going to stop talking to everybody, but I do sense that maybe you want to take a little break. Maybe you want to not just jump on anybody who's going to give you attention. Like you want something real here, and you're tired of being not who you are. Like you're tired of pretending to be somebody you want there to be, you want to be vulnerable. Okay, there is some aspect of you that wants to be vulnerable, and you want to find somebody that you can connect to on an emotional level, because I feel like in the past you may have done things and operated on what makes sense, what's logical, but I see here you're looking for somebody more stable, more like your soulmate, And I see that, it's going to, I'm not going to say it's going to be rainbows and sunshine from here on out. I see that you're still trying to heal from what has happened. And it's something that really, took a huge toll on you. Okay. It's almost as if you are in the process of closing out this huge cycle that you may have dealt with for a very long time. I'm getting like decade energy, okay? So I see as with an ending and a wrapping of a cycle comes a new beginning, okay? Yeah, strong fire energy coming through. For those of you who are wondering when this person is going to come, I see it being sooner or than later, but I do sense that it's when you are healing yourself, okay? When you're actually doing the work, when you actually kind of get yourself out of this mind frame of like, woe was me, like not playing the victim. Like when you start being more confident, you're going to attract somebody that is going to be a vibrational match to you. But as mentioned, like strong fire energy coming through, or somebody who just feels very confident, is very attractive, and is willing to like do the work in order to be with you, is what I'm seeing here. Some of you are going to be connecting with them online, or there's just a lot of like messaging back and forth, being in touch. You may first see this person online, something like that. Okay, anything else? I will say some of you are kind of as much as like you've been through a lot, okay? And I will say some of you have commitment like trauma. Okay, you're wondering like, is it the best, wisest idea to just jump into a new connection? And I feel like the reason why you want to be in a connection is because you miss the intimacy and you miss the camaraderie and you miss, somebody to be your best friend in a sense. Like you do appreciate that partnership, but at the same time, I see that you've been traumatized in a sense. Like there's a lot of cons, like to any situation. There's the pros and cons, but I see that you have been dealing with a lot of. You realize the truth, what people don't tell you about relationships and how it can be hard, and there may be some level of I don't want to say abuse, but there's some sort of trauma that you have endured where, perhaps growing up, you used to wear this rose colored tinted glasses. And then when you realize the truth, the reality of, how difficult and challenging a connection, maintaining a monogamous connection can be, you have almost become jaded in a sense. And so the universe really wants to encourage you, not all relationships and connections are going to be perfect. And when it's not perfect, it's probably because you were not meant to stay in that connection for long. Perhaps you were supposed to experience something with them, learn something from them, heal some aspect of you, and you're meant to move on. If something didn't work out, you shouldn't just dwell on it and stay and be in this depressive energy. That is the last thing you want to do. However, that doesn't mean it's not necessary. I do sense that, consider if you're in this feeling of being in anxiety, depression, feeling lonely, know that it's one of those things where it is part of the healing process. So don't feel like, less than, don't feel like, you're not deserving of love or anything like that, okay? Or that, you're not going to ever find love or something like that. Like, don't try not to think of it like that. Try to heal and understand that these things can happen. Is how you react to it, how you grow and progress beyond this experience is what's going to be the experience and the journey that you are going to be living at this time. Okay, so any final so I just really want to emphasize, try not to be skeptical, try not to fight off a connection. If you end up finding somebody that you really like and vibe with, like don't hold back. Don't all of a sudden have commitment issues and phobias due to a past event. Like, why would you cut yourself off from that supply of love and possible happiness, you know? So just really want to emphasize on that. The timeline is not, you know, it's don't expect things to happen overnight. I do sense that there's going to be somebody that's going to like catch your attention very quickly. I do sense something like that happening. However, there's some truth to the fact that it's okay to move kind of slow and steady, especially if you are going through a massive breakup, a massive ending that you really need to heal from. Okay, so consider this, slow and steady wins the race. Do not cut yourself off from love, and just know that I see here you have some sort of like family, they don't necessarily have to be blood relatives. They can just be, a group of people that you consider like strong soul family or what have you. But I see that they're going to get you through it, or they're just going to be very helpful. And perhaps you may even meet this person through those connections. There you are coming in strongly. And so it's a give and take. I see that when you're open-minded, when you're being generous and putting yourself out there, it's going to help with the healing as well, and to connect with people that want similar things as you do. Okay. Yeah, please don't be jaded. Like, you deserve happiness. You deserve to be loved. And I don't want something that has happened in the past to define who you are. And I strongly feel that you can move on, you can grow, and you don't have to repeat mistakes or put yourself in a position where you don't want to be, okay? So that's what I have for you, Aquarius. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. I think I have enough energy for one more live stream. So up next is going to be Capricorn. Feel free to join me on that. Click on the notification bell so you don't miss the notice. And thank you so much for hanging out. Thanks, Em, for hanging out and listening to the end. And for those of you who stay to the end as well, thank you so much. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.